What's up, everybody? We are back. Another great installment of Beyond the Gates. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It was messy. It was that good mess. Listen, Smitty need to let Martin ass go because Martin is pissing me off something fierce. I was so irritated with that bald head guy who went to Martin and basically, talked to him about offering Smitty a job and stuff. And Martin straight up vetoed that, Smitty not looking to go back to work. Martin, you just told this man that you were open. I knew he was full of shit. I knew Martin was full of shit. He only said that to appease Smitty and to appease the kids. That's the only reason he said that nonsense. And I knew it because Martin is not going to change his mind that fast. Like, he's been against Smitty going back to work since episode 1. So I knew he was not going to change his mind that quickly. Somebody that's that stern, that pig-headed, that dated in their mindset, he ain't changing it that quickly. He just said that just to appease them and stop the whole job conversation. He was never going to allow Smitty to go back to work. And that's sad that I even have to use the word allow, seeing as how Smitty is an adult. You know what I'm saying? But the way he treats Smitty is very childish. He treats him like he's one of his children, which is messed up. And I was looking at the ball guy all side-eye because I'm like, why you didn't just go up to Smitty and talk to Smitty yourself about the job? Why go up to Martin and, put a feeler out there to see what Martin think? You should have just talked to Smitty straight up. I hope Smitty find out what Martin did. I really do. Because Martin is totally trying to undercut him. You say one thing and then you do something completely different. And even when Smitty saw, the exchange between Vernon and Martin again lied to his face. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's just, he just worried about the big night for Aunt Nicole or for mom or whatever. And I'm like, sir, why do you keep lying to him? Smitty was not buying the bullshit. Smitty was looking at him like, bitch, I know you lying. I know you lying. He just continues to lie to Smitty. And I'm looking at Smitty like, how much more can you take? How much? Like, I think Smitty is going to get to that breaking point. He going to crash the fuck out on this man at some point. Like, you lying about your nightmares. You're lying about what you and your grandfather was arguing about. Everything is a lie out his mouth. And his mindset is so dated. Like, I don't know how Smitty put up with that shit. Like, how long have they been married? Because, sir, I would have, been drop kicked his ass a long time ago, because you can't tell me, has Martin always acted like that? I need some flashbacks. Like, I need a flashback of their marriage, and how their relationship got to this point, because you can't tell me that it's always been like this. I hope not. Like, we need to free Smitty. I'm about to start a campaign, because Smitty, this ain't life. This is not life. This is not marriage. I'm glad Vernon got into Martin ass, though. I am so glad he got into Martin. And what he said was so real when he told Martin that his arrogance has replaced his common sense. When I tell y'all that was a word, that was a word. I say, you better preach. You better preach. That was such a bar. I was like, come on, Papa Vernon. Your arrogance has replaced your common sense. I said, that's that old school wisdom. You can't get that from nowhere but old school. Vernon done been around the block. Like, he could teach you a thing or two. He could tell you some things. So that's what I love. Like, Vernon was giving it to him, because I agree with a lot of what Vernon was saying. As a black man and carrying around the secret that he's carrying around, you can't realistically run for president. Not really. Come on now. Even though we do have somebody in the White House who's 10 times worse, but hell, 1,000 times worse. I digress. But still, it's going to make it that much more difficult. Like, to be a black man running for president, not only just a black man, but he's a black gay man, and you trying to run for president, you got to be squeaky clean. Like, you can't have nothing on you. Not even a jaywalking ticket. Like, you can't have jack. And I feel like Vernon was definitely telling the truth about his arrogance, because because the Dupree family buried whatever secret he's hiding. Yeah, they buried it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, they buried your secret pretty deep. But if anybody wants to look hard enough, they can find where the bodies are buried. They can find out your secret. They really can. Like, he's that delusional to think they can't. And I'm glad Vernon put him on the spot. Like, you need to drop out of this. You need to back off. I understand he ambitious and stuff like that, but he need to let that go because this ain't it. Let that go. As long as you got that secret holding over your head, let it go. And you already know if he ran for president, and plus Bill know the secret. Oh, you know Bill would use him for everything he can, especially being a president, knowing that you got a president in your pocket. Bill would exploit the hell out of him. So anyway, moving on from that. Anita and Vernon cleaned up so nice. Like, they was looking so good. I said, go ahead, Anita and Vernon. I love when they went to Orphe Jeans. I love it. You know how wealthy people could still, go to these diners and these little restaurants and stuff that, they stopped eating at or whatever once they became rich. But I love how they still love some down home cooking. They still love that home feel, that back in the day feel. I love that. They not too bougie to eat with common folk. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. And I love the love that they have, like, because her and Vernon was just looking at each other like, it was sex on the platter, even at their age. And I love it. They was looking at each other like probably how they looked at each other back in the day when they got married. And that's the goal of marriage, like to still look at your significant other, still look at your spouse like you did all them years ago. Like, the spark just never goes anywhere. I love that about them. Like, they look damn good. Like, they was working it. So moving on from that, Danny. I swear to God, Danny is the ultimate crash out. It's like every episode, this girl ready to go medieval on somebody's ass. I was looking at her shaking my head so disappointed. I said, girl, I know you are not on Haley Instagram stalking her page and seeing what her and Bill doing on their honeymoon. We are better than that, Danielle. We are better than that. Why you worried about what them folk doing? Like, why? I was so glad when Naomi caught her looking at that. I am glad that she caught her looking at that girl Instagram and obsessing over Bill and Haley. Naomi was telling her the truth. Like, Danny really need to move on with her life. But the thing is, Danny and Bill can't leave each other alone. I feel like Danny and Bill are going to have that Nikki Victor, Sonny Carly kind of relationship. That back and forth. They're going to have probably that Cookie Lucius kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they get revenge on each other but can't leave each other alone, still in love with each other. It's toxic. Let me just put it in one term. Toxic. They love that shit. They love it. Danny is never going to let that man go. That man ain't never going to let her go. And I'm glad Anita came up in there and just, with that stern look and let Danny know, like, listen, you are not about to mess this night up for Nicole. It ain't going down. We are going to have a night of drama free at this event. Everything going to go off without a hitch. We not having this. I love how when Anita and Vernon step on the scene, they really put shit into perspective for their family members. Like, they shut it down. That's how you be a matriarch and a patriarch. That's how you do. You know what I'm saying? You step up and you make them kids and grandkids and great grandkids see that, hey, as long as we still got breath in our body, we still running shit in this family. We gonna tell you what it is, and you gonna listen and shut up and be respectful. Because I love how Danny automatically knew, tone that down once Anita and Vernon popped up. She knew what time it was. Ain't no back talk. I also love the relationship between Chelsea and Naomi. Like, I love how as soon as Danny started getting on Chelsea, turn around. Naomi changed that subject so fast, and I loved it. Even Chelsea was thanking her. She was like, thank you. Because Danny is too much when it comes to Chelsea, and I really want Chelsea to get a backbone and let her mother know, like, listen, I'm moving my career in a whole different direction right now. Do you? But she's so, like, worried about Danny's mental state right now and how she gonna feel about it. She is stopping her progression. You know what I'm saying? Stopping her from progressing to something bigger for herself that she really want to do. She need to, just woman up and tell her mama what it is. That's how it's gonna be. So anyway, moving on from that. Everybody was dressed to the kilt. Like, everybody was dressed to the nines. Ted and Nicole look fucking flawless. I love that tux Ted had on. That shit was nice. Everybody looked good. And I'm just looking at Ted like, why you do her like that? Why you mess around with Leslie? Because him and Nicole look so damn good together. I ain't gonna lie, he got some chemistry with Leslie though. I ain't gonna say he don't. For me, I feel like he do. But him and Nicole is just so fire together. Like, and you see the love he has for her. Like, that man is in awe every time he look at that lady. In total awe. That's why I didn't believe he cheated at first. Cause I'm like, most married people who cheat don't still look at their wives like that. Like, a good chunk of them probably don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be thinking about the next booty call. They don't even notice their wife looking scrumptious. But he really be doting on her. And it's like, how did you slip up? Like, was him and Nicole, on a break at the time? Like, what happened? I need the tea. Like, what's going on? He really do need to stop threatening Leslie every 5 minutes. Every time he see her, like, stop threatening her. Because Leslie don't care. Listen, Leslie is the type of person, she not wealthy. She has no stocks, no company, no bonds. She has nothing. So it's like, at the end of the day, what are your threats going to do to her? Like, you can't take nothing from her. In order to defeat a crazy nut like Leslie, you got to fight fire with fire. You got to go just as nutty as she can. That's how you got to do. She go low, you got to go to hell. Basically, that's how low you got to go to beat her. Because Leslie don't give a fuck. He talking about stay away from my wife. Listen, you got to stop with them threats, Teddy. You hear me, Thaddeus? You got to stop with it. I don't know. I really wonder where Ted is from. Like, was he always rich? Or was he, like, from the hood and fought his way up? I really want to know more about his background. Because judging by the looks on his face when he looked at Leslie, some of that hood, like, he from the hood, it looked like it was coming out. Like, he was just getting overly pissed off for Leslie. I said, sir, you gonna have to do something diabolical to this lady. That's the only way to stop her nutty behind. I love the little thing that Eva had going on, the little fantasy that she had going on about her telling Ted she was his daughter, how close they became. That's all it was, a fantasy. Because trust me, when the truth do come out, it damn sure ain't gonna go nothing like that. I can assure you. But Eva's definitely in awe of the Richardson family. Like, every time she look at their family photos, and she been caught a couple times looking at them. And I'm surprised Ted didn't catch on. Like, this, the second time he done caught her looking at his family photo? Like, it ain't clicking for you, Teddy. Like, come on now, Ted. It ain't popping for you? Why she looking at those photos so much? Because that fucking red flag would have came off on me. I'm like, because why you obsessing over these photos of me and my family? Like, what you were trying to tell me? People don't just randomly keep looking at your family photos like that. But yeah, Eva's in awe of that family. She's entrenched with them now. They offered to get her a dress out of Kat's closet. And let me tell you something. Eva better not take no photos at that gala. Because if Kat see that she wore one of her outfits, or she find out, all hell gonna break loose when Kat get back. She gonna go off the rails. She'll be like, oh, y'all let this trick wear my outfit? Kat gonna go off. Speaking of the gala real quick, where the hell was Vanessa at? She good friends with Danny and Nicole, so I'm like, why she wasn't at the gala? She probably somewhere getting her back, bro. Vanessa a little freak. She out there riding somebody tree. That's what she out there doing. She out there riding that baloney pony. That's what she out there doing. She said, fuck the gala. I thought she would be there. I'm like, oh, where you at, Vanessa McBride? We know where Doug at. Doug somewhere blazing up somebody casino tables right now. Somebody roulette table. That man nuts. But Leslie, I don't know why Eva keep trying to talk sense into her mother. Leslie ain't listening to shit Eva got to say. Like, she really not. She not listening to nothing that girl trying to say. Like, and I think Leslie is starting not to trust Eva. Because Leslie is going completely off the rails, completely off script by getting that job as a server at the gala. She's going completely off the script. And Eva's like, trying to tame her and tell her, you need to go because you about to blow the plan up. Leslie not listening to her. Leslie is gonna do Leslie at the end of the day. And I thought that was slick as shit. How Eva went to her boss and slickly told him, what what Leslie was doing, that she out here talking to the guest. That man hemmed her up and escorted her up out of there and told her to go home. I said, Eva slick. That little smirk she had on her face, that was some slick ass moves right there. That was slick. Um, but Leslie not gonna take that lying down if she find out Eva the one that got her up out of there. But even Leslie was sitting here having fantasies and stuff like that. She was fantasizing that it was her on the side of Ted while he was getting an award, being his backbone, his rib. I said, oh, Leslie, you need to shake the cobwebs out your head because they ain't never going to happen. It ain't never going to happen. He don't want you. He might have had you at one point, but he don't want you. He don't want you, Miss Ma'am. He don't need you. Danny thinks she's slick, though. Danny thinks she's slick. The way she got up to that podium and stuff, and she was talking about Andre, she made sure to say, oh, family by marriage. Oh, keep it in the family. I said, uh-huh. She made sure to put that out there. Because that man was all up on her in the beginning. He was like, listen, you look good in that dress. I'm trying to see you up out of it. I said, go ahead and kick your game, Andre. Go ahead. Kick your game. But Danny did a dope job, though. I love that Danny, made sure that the night was all about Nicole. She made sure that Nicole was having a good time, wasn't no drama. Because Nicole deserved it. I love the character of Nicole. Like, I really do adore her. She like the heroine of the town, basically. I really do enjoy her. She deserved the night without the drama. This was her night, and I love the tributes that everybody paid, like the stuff that Vernon had to say, and Anita. Anita is so gorgeous. Like, oh my God, everybody was just looking so good from head to toe. I'm like, this is how you do a gala. It was so elegant. Like, it was just so beautiful. Everybody was well put together, from the suits to the dresses to the hair. Everybody was just looking clean. And that's how you step out. That's how you roll. I love that Anita, Martin, everybody had some great things to say about Nicole naturally. Nicole gonna be doing some big things. But I hate that her marriage may implode once all this is all said and done. But honestly, though, with Leslie over there serving drinks, I wouldn't have took not near drink from her. Even if they didn't know who she was or whatever, I wouldn't have took no drink because you could just look at her face and tell she might spike your shit. Just on principle. That's how she be looking at people. Like, she just might strike your liquor. I'm like, you ain't about to put no Mickey up in my shit. I'm just saying. Ain't going down. But, yeah, that was pretty much the whole episode. This was a very wonderful episode. Hit the comments. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.